Chapter 268. Little Gold's Outburst. It was hard for them to imagine that, after suffering such a terrifying attack, the stone door didn't even do half a thing. The entire hall didn't even move a bit. How is this possible? Everyone was shocked, and one was nearly demented, full of unbelief. This door cannot be broken by external forces, Windlass said with a gloomy face. There was no need to try anymore. That powerful attack was useless. I'm afraid that even a blow from a shattering vacuum-level powerhouse was useless. Could it be that Kang Tian is closing the gate inside? Chang Kongji said in a deep voice. It shouldn't be. Haven't you seen that the third prince of the dragon and the others didn't go in? I think it must be that something happened to them inside. Perhaps we can get some information from them. Devil Peak shook his head, then pointed towards the Brahma Heart and Little Gold duo not far away. Since that's the case, let's catch them first, just so we can use this to settle our scores. Among the 7 heroes of Heavenly City, that black-clothed youth from the poison sect laughed morosely. Yes, this time is the time for them to die. Chang Kongji also had a grim smile on his face. He looked at Xiao Jin, who was not far away, his eyes filled with murderous aura. He had not forgotten the shame of his defeat at the beginning, and today, he could finally get it back. Not far away, Fan Xin and Little Gold seemed to have sensed. Their gazes similarly swept over. Little Gold, it seems we have something to do. Looking at the unsuspecting gazes of the 7 heroes of Heavenly City and the others, Fan Xin faintly laughed. Leave these losers to me. You go help Long San. He can't hold on much longer. Xiao Jin looked at the sky, his face full of worry. At this time, the battle in the sky had already entered the end. After displaying the strongest combat state of the heavenly demon body, Demon Heaven's strength had reached a very terrifying level. Dragon Third Prince was almost not a one-on-one enemy for him. He was beaten all over his body. His whole body was covered in blood. Even the scales above that huge body had fallen off a lot. Seeing this, Fan Xin's eyes condensed, and he shouted lowly at Little Gold, "You be careful." Saying that, his body **** came out and rushed high into the sky, blasting his fist towards the Devil Sky. Not far away from here, the 7 males of the Heavenly City who were looking eerily at this place saw this scene and froze, then laughed out coldly. Truly looking for death. How dare he take a shot at the Devil Sky? He doesn't want to live. Just with his strength he dares to participate in the battle between Demon Heaven and the third Prince of Dragon. He simply doesn't know how to die. A few of the 7 heroes of Heavenly City laughed coldly, including Windlass, who shook his head, feeling that Fan Xin was too arrogant. In his opinion, in this spirit-sealing space, apart from Kang Tian, I'm afraid that no one else would be able to participate in this peak duel anymore. Although Fan Xin was powerful, they didn't think he had the strength of a supreme being. Boom! In the sky, Brahma Heart displayed his 8-armed Vadra's strongest combat state as he struck out, then blasted at Devil Sky with a peak punch. Devil Heaven had naturally noticed Fan Xin a long time ago, but he didn't care. After all, he didn't think Fan Xin had the strength to threaten him either. However, at this moment, when he saw Fan Xin displaying the 8-armed Vadra special bloodline, his face instantly became a bit more serious. Surprisingly, it's the legendary 8-armed Vadra. Is it a genius from the 10,000 Buddha sect? It's just right to settle you, lest you injure my devil disciples in the battlefield of righteousness in the future. Buddha and devil were born mortal enemies, sensing the strong Buddhist aura on Fan Xin's body. Devil Heaven's heart instantly skyrocketed with killing intent, and while shocking the third Prince of the Dragon, he slashed at Fan Xin. Be careful. Seeing this scene, the third Prince of the Dragon loudly warned. However, there wasn't any worry on his face, because although Devil Heaven was powerful right now, it was impossible for him to exterminate Brahma Heart with a single slash. He was very clear about Fan Xin's strength, and the two of them often sparred. Boom! A shocking explosion rang out, and Brahma's heart retreated 100 feet backwards, a burst of chi and blood rolling around. On the other side, Demon Heaven held a sword and stood in the void, the light in his eyes blazing, looking at the not far away Fan Xin with some surprise, receiving a sword from him unexpectedly unharmed. This strength was not much worse than the third prince of the dragon. Not only was the Devil Sky surprised, the 7 males of the heavenly city below, who originally had a sneer on their faces, were suddenly stupefied. Inside the Power God Hall, the inheritance was still continuing. The body of Kangchon, who had lost his consciousness, was trembling more and more. His face began to look pale, and his teeth involuntarily clenched and rattled. In the middle of the vast ocean of consciousness, Kangchon's consciousness suffered an unparalleled impact. Countless storms of consciousness swept him from all directions. The entire ocean of consciousness was in turmoil. Intense pain interrupted the inheritance, and Kangchon clenched his teeth, desperately suppressing the pain and accepting the inheritance once again. Interrupting, suppressing. It was unknown how many times he had gone through this cycle. And even though there was only a little bit of the final inheritance left, Kangchon's speed of acceptance was very slow. Because every time he accepted a little bit, the inheritance would be interrupted by that intense pain. So much so that it came and went. Even with his powerful will, it began to break down. Can't do it anymore, ugh. Seeing Kangchon's will begin to collapse, a helpless sigh came from the silhouette in the already nearly dimmed violet Emperor's blood. Could it be that my legacy has been severed? I am not willing to. The void shadow roared sadly in his heart, having lost countless years long ago. He had supported himself until now with an obsession, only to allow his mastery to be passed on. How many tens of thousands of years of waiting? How many times he hoped, yet all this was exchanged for nothing but despair. The silhouette was unwilling, but he could only watch as Kangchon's will was collapsing. Even his soul was beginning to shatter. He wanted to save it, but he could do nothing because he himself was about to dissipate. The storm of consciousness grew more and more violent. Kangchon, even though his conviction was strong, he finally couldn't resist and fainted. The traces of his soul shattering grew bigger and bigger. That strong will instantly collapsed, and the entire ocean of consciousness became a land of destruction. Within the Power God Hall, Kangchon's originally trembling body was not shaking. His face became extremely pale. His body slowly turned cold. His blood slowly stopped flowing, and his heartbeats had long been silent. Everything seemed to have ended. The inheritance failed. Kangchon's soul perished, and the remnants of the Shadow's soul was like a candle in the wind. With only a few moments left, there was only a cold corpse left in the Force God's Hall. I am not willing to. Heart. The Shadow's intermittent voice resounded in the empty hall, as if it was that final wail of a dead bird. Suddenly, Kangchon's cold corpse appeared to have a strange change. In the center of his brow, a purple and silver seal slowly emerged, emitting a dazzling light. This was a hegemony mark, and as soon as it appeared, it revealed a domineering aura that looked down upon all things. And the surrounding emptiness instantly shattered, seemingly unable to support this powerful domineering aura. The drop of violet Emperor blood that was about to fade away turned into a ray of light and was absorbed by the word hegemony. And then the entire hall was enveloped in a purple and silver storm. Outside the Hall of Power God, in everyone's shocked gazes, Brahma heart-blocked demon, Heaven's fierce slash, then joined forces with the third prince of the dragon to pin down Demon Heaven. Many people were shocked. Could this be another supreme level expert? Even if he didn't defeat Devil Heaven, he was still far beyond other invincible powerhouses. The name of Brahma Heart was destined to spread its fame, the spirit sealing space today. Kill this monkey first. At that time, they will be turtles in a jar. Changkong despaired at Brahma Xin, who was displaying great power in the sky. His eyes were gloomy to the extreme. He had not thought that Kangchon's 3 people had all progressed so quickly. Even Kangchon's follower monk at the beginning already had supreme level strength. Kill. Windlass said with cold indifference. His eyes trembled, revealing the unrest in his heart at the moment. So what if your talent is powerful? You're still going to die today. Among the 7 heroes of Heavenly City, the black-clothed youth from the poison sect laughed morosely and took the lead in killing Xiaojin, who was not far away. Injured so badly, I don't need them to make a move. I alone can finish you off. Looking at Little Gold, who was covered in blood, the black-clothed youth sneered in his heart. Kill. The 7 heroes of Heavenly City and those 50-odd peerless powerhouses who had defected to Devil Heaven also rushed up together. Right now, anyone could see that it was only a matter of time before the defeat of the 3rd Prince of the Dragon and Brahma's Heart would happen. So if they didn't take advantage of the opportunity to behead Little Jin at this time, what more time would they wait for? However, the other peerless powerhouses retreated to the side and didn't go up to intercept Little Jin, because they had no hatred with Kang Chan and the others, so why bother going up to fight for their lives? After all, there was still a hegemonic emperor, Kang Chan, in existence, who knew if they would meet him later. The demon heaven they didn't fear, but they, the ordinary peerless powerhouses, were very afraid of Kang Chan. Furthermore, even if the cultivation that Little Jin had revealed at first was very powerful, but the siege of more than 50 peerless powerhouses was enough to kill him in an instant, so why would they bother? Have they come? A bunch of losers. Today I will let you all give my brother a burial. Not far away, Xiaojin looked at the 50 or so invincible powerhouses rushing in, killing intent in his eyes soared, and a cold light asterisk shone. Grief to the extreme derived his 10,000 fires of anger. These people touched Xiaojin's eyebrows. The end can be imagined. Die, no matter how strong your talent is. How much battle power do you have at this moment? The black-clothed youth from the poison sect laughed morosely as he blasted out with a palm. Unceasing power erupted along with the palm force, rushing out an eerie ghostly mist that covered the space in front of him. The eerie ghost fog was morose and terrifying, and there were stern ghosts hissing inside, like a morrow hell. This guy, the surrounding invincible powerhouses who rushed up together, couldn't help but curse darkly, and they instantly retreated back and forth, not daring to touch this eerie ghost fog, as they knew that it was filled with a formidable poisonous gas. Leave him alive. Let me finish him off. Seeing this scene, Chang Kongji, who was following closely behind, immediately shouted out. Xiaojin was his demonic obstacle. He had to kill Xiaojin with his own hands so that he could regain his invincible heart. Don't worry, I'll let you have the last blade. Hei. The black-clothed youth smiled grimly at his words and urged the boundless ghost mist to devour Xiaojin. The crowd was stunned, knowing that Xiaojin was finished, being engulfed by this poisonous gas. Even a strong person like Demon Heaven would shed his skin without dying. They were very strange. Why didn't Xiaojin resist? Didn't he know that the most important thing to deal with a poison sect powerhouse was not to touch their poisonous gas? Or perhaps, at this moment, Little Gold no longer had the strength to fight. Sure enough, there is no fighting power left. When you touch my Yin Luo ghost mist, even the strongest flesh will be corroded. Ha ha ha. The black-clothed youth from the poison sect laughed morosely. Boom. Before the laughter fell, a blazing golden pillar of light shot straight up into the sky, and in the middle of this pillar of light, a tall figure stepped in, and with a single punch, he blasted back the surrounding ghost mist. What? The black-clothed youth's smile froze. Not far away, the crowd was all shocked as well, as they saw a 5-foot-tall golden giant ape rush out of the ghost fog and stomp on the black-clothed youth from the poison sect. The void seemed to be forbidden at this moment, and the black-clothed youth was shocked to realize that he was unable to move his body, and could only watch as a huge foot stomped on his body. Boom! Shocking explosions rang out, blood and flesh erupted and flew, and there were no bones left. Little Gold's huge body stood proudly in the void, exuding a powerful aura, and his two huge golden eyes flickered with an icy cold light, and his stern eyes ruthlessly swept in. "Today, all of you must die." The crowd in the distance immediately changed their faces when they heard this. The 6 of the 7 males of the heavenly city were even more unsightly. They had witnessed a brother they had known for many years go up in smoke just like this.